We are Zakk and Jack. You can hear us on Fox Sports Radio, 6 to 9 Eastern weekdays. Zakk, over the weekend, it was a great college basketball weekend, and the officials became a part of the game and some of the calls that were made. Specifically, let's start with the Butler PITT game, where Butler upset the #1 seed PITT. A couple calls, couple wild things happening at the end of the game. Let's start with that.
Yeah, first of all, it was a really well-played basketball game until it got bizarre in the last 1.4 seconds to go in that game, right?
Yeah, it was crazy.
Now,
Crazy
you
ending.
had Gilbert Brown getting fouled by Shelvin Mack with 1.4 seconds to go. And that was a play that you would have hated to have seen Matt Howard's college career end on, because Shelvin Mack would have just been very torn up about that.
Well, yeah, he's been a great player for them.
Smart player, too. And
smart player, a guy that's been a great, but yeah, dumb foul, no reason for it. Shocking that happened. And then, of course, he gets a little jab going with a little
There's a little Teen Wolf moment going on there, a little trash talking before the free throws. So Gilbert makes one of them, ties the game up.
Ties one.
Now at that point, let's go questioning Jamie Dixon here, head coach of the PITT Panthers. Do you pull your guys off the line? It's a tie game.
No, I say no.
1.4 left.
I say no. I say you leave your guys on
for
there.
For a tip-in.
For a tip-in, potentially, maybe a rebound. But
you tell them not to foul.
No foul.
Okay.
Don't foul, don't do that. And of course they do. Crushing for the PITT Panthers to have that game end in that fashion. Matt Howard goes to the line. Obviously, he's going to make one or two.
Yeah.
And the guy's clutch. He's probably would have made both of them if they didn't want him to miss the second one. But
yeah, you almost made the second one trying to miss
Trying not to make it, yeah. So a tough loss for PITT. But I really believe that it was played as well as possible at the end from the standpoint of PITT leaving their guys to the line. But the fouls were just mind-numbing, both by Shelvin Mack and by the PITT player.
So we both agree that we really can't throw Jamie Dixon out for leaving his guys there for that second free throw. If they were winning and he did it, that would have been a different story.
That would have been different. I would have definitely said that was a mistake.
Now what about 2 foul calls within the last 1.4 seconds to go? Do referees, do the officials need to swallow the whistle there, or do you call the same play as you would, whether it's the first minute of the game or the last seconds of a game?
Yeah, I'm a firm believer that you shouldn't swallow the whistle. That in any sport, a foul is a foul. If it occurs while the clock's still going, you have to call the foul. And I think there are times in the NBA and in college basketball where guys do swallow the whistle. I commend the officials in this game for blowing the whistle on 2 obvious calls, 2 obvious fouls. Fouls you have to call. You have to call a foul in those plays. So
you see the highlight of those plays, Jack, and you say, look at this, tell me if it's a foul.
Oh, it is.
And everybody's going to say that's a foul.
Yeah, and so you have to call it. And if they hadn't called it, we would have had the other side of the argument. We'd had a whole bunch of people from Butler screaming about these calls, or people in general. And so I think, John Adams, the director of the officials, has got his guys doing the right things. Call the fouls if they occur while the game's still being played.
Yeah, and after what we saw in the Big East tournament a couple of weeks ago, it's just nice to have the referees there for the last couple of seconds of the game.
They stuck around.
They stuck around and they did their jobs right, okay? Yep. We're Zakk and Jack, weekday mornings on Fox Sports Radio 6 to 9. Check us out weekends as well, Saturday 4 to 7 Eastern Time on Fox Sports Radio.